wonder what we'll find out there this time.
Most likely Zeugles, I would reckon.
I mean, other than them.
Mahag Sar. That makes 4 out of the 5 realms that I've visited now.
I wonder what kind of lord we're gonna find there.
It doesn't matter. They try to get in our way.
Let's see what you've got.
I'm on it!
Nothing gets by me!
Super swallow down! Whirlwind step! Negative gate! Super swallow down! This one's mine! Anything in armor is all mine! Stalagmite! Whirlwind step! Do it! Run well! Demon's descent! Flashing bang! You're ready!
Get toasty!
Bird strike!
Easy peasy. Ha hoodle.
Get lost!
Arch shield!
No further!
Gemini
I'm on Dragon Swarm! Talon Hurricane! Be still! You're right here!
Stay going! I shall provide assistance.
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade! See that?
That training's paying off!
Resonate with the earth! Come on! Now you see what I can do! Dragon Swarm! Slide!
Wish they were all that easy.
Yeah, I think we might be getting too strong.
Isn't that good?
Play along, would you?
What's this thing?
Look, Hoodle. One of your buddies.
Gone! This one's all mine! Eat dirt!
Another incantation ruined.
Dragon Swarm! Here I come! Come and face me! Eat this! Be still! Slither Dragon! I'm just getting started!
Charge like that, easily fatal.
Just as well, I'm here
We got the advantage!
Good. Just have to make sure we keep it.
Don't worry, because Raw's on it!
Can you take it?
This could be useful.
A fish!
I didn't realize there was a pond here.
Yeah, this is Taka Pond. And it happened to have saved my life once upon a time.
What do you mean?
As a kid, I survived life under the past lords by escaping here when I needed to. It's terrible to swim in, but great for catching a bite for dinner away from Ren and eyes. Bear in mind, our rations back then weren't enough to live off of. You had to take matters into your own hands if you wanted enough food to survive.
But how did you catch them? With your bare hands?
That might take a while. Fish are prone to swim away at the first sign of trouble. I'd put bait or a lure on a line and use it with a fishing rod. You must not be familiar with fishing if this sounds new to you. Here, let me show you how it's done. Everything looks fine with the lure. All right, let's do this. Hup! Looks like I lost it. There we go. Good fishers always keep their cool. Reel it in. Well, that wasn't much of a challenge.
Nice! You caught it!
And that's all there is to it.
Wow. It seems like you need to have good reflexes to catch anything. I don't know if it's really for me. Kisara? I think I've seen enough.
Oh, sorry. I guess I'm just in my own little world when I go fishing.
Looks like we're going to be here for a while.
That's how fishing goes. You wait for a bite, and then the real battle begins. Miguel told me that different fish live in different regions, and you have to pick the right rod and lure for what you're hoping to catch.
But that doesn't change the fact it's a giant time sink.
Of course, each fish has its own unique flavor, too. And some of them are supposed to be extremely delicious.
When you put it like that, maybe it's worth me trying my hand at fishing after all.
You're just in it for the food.
I was hoping we'd get to fish during our travels. And it just so happens I made sure to grab my brother's old rod before I left Vicente. So, if you ever feel like fishing when we've got a little downtime, just let me know.
Good to hear. Thanks for showing us. Okay!
I'm always amazed what healing arts can do.
Just doing my job. No need to thank me.
Hey. Is it just me, or have those two barely spoken a single word to one another?
I know, right? But after everything that happened with Miguel, is it really any wonder?
Kinda puts a damper on the whole journey though, huh? How long do you think they're gonna keep this up?
If it bothers you that much, why don't you ask them?
Why do I have to ask?
How come you walk together like that?
She really doesn't beat around the bush.
You mean Kisara and myself?
You hadn't noticed? You've been practically joined at the hip ever since we left Vicente.
I guess it's force of habit, most likely. I was always ready to protect him, should the need arise. It sort of came with the job description.
Right. From being in the Elda Menancia Guard. Although, Dohalim's pretty capable of defending himself, isn't he?
Having guards doesn't necessarily mean the one being guarded is weak. No one's perfect all the time.
Even so, it's not like they're entirely wrong, Kisara. You're no longer in my employ, after all.
I don't know. I mean, if it's what she's used to and you're both comfortable with it, then who are we to judge?
But she doesn't serve him anymore. It isn't normal for her to keep following him around like she still does.
You know, she's probably right. And a lot has changed over the last few days. I guess it wouldn't hurt to rethink our relationship in light of the new circumstances. Perhaps I'll give it some thought after all. Does that sound all right by you?
Of course.
You might want to stop asking his permission for every little thing while you're at it.
Sorry. It's not that easy, shaking off old habits. I'll probably need a little time to get fully used to it. I've noticed that sometimes we come across enemies who fight like you, and try to dodge our attacks at the last second.
I hate those guys. I can get some hits in when they move into attack, but otherwise they slip past damn near everything else I throw at them.
If what you're seeking is a way to more reliably hit them, there is a solution.
Try to outclass them on reflexes?
I possess the ability to command Earth elemental beings to some extent. They emerge as the land itself and take root on my command. They will swiftly bind the enemies, at which point you can dispatch them.
Huh?
What he means is that he can make plants grow to hold the enemies in place. At least I think that's probably what he's saying.
I'm glad at least one of us understands him. So basically, if we find an enemy that likes to dodge, we should let Dohalim handle it.
I shall do what I can within my modest means to help.
Dohalim's fighting style is... what's the word I'm looking for? Subdued? No...
Do you mean elegant, perhaps?
Yeah, that's the word. For better or worse, you can definitely tell he's cut from posh Renin cloth.
And he's not just skilled with the staff either. He can also use astral arts, including healing ones. I can see how he made it to the position of a lord.
You flatter me, but my fighting techniques merely come from a style that aims to conserve energy by minimizing body movement.
Is that why you wait until the last second before you dodge attacks? To avoid unnecessary movements?
No, I do that to sharpen my senses. I find that doing so is an effective means of drawing out my innermost strength.
Oh yeah, I've noticed you look stronger and strike out with your rod more after you dodge attacks. Guess that's why.
Still, it's a risk. Don't you ever worry you'll dodge at the wrong moment?
Then, it'll be just as well.
Huh?
It's nothing. Let us continue.
Why are you looking at me like that?
That armor you wear is standard issue for the Menancian Guard, right?
Originally, I've added some...
Dohalim, care if I hang out for a while? You worried about what's going on with Menancia?
What makes you think that?
Well, you were speaking to Kisara earlier, weren't you?
It's rude to listen in on others, you know.
Sorry. I didn't hear what you two were actually talking about, though. I just figured it was Menancia since it was the two of you.
I am but a former lord who has abandoned his post. I'm no longer in a position to lead the realm in any capacity whatsoever. Yet Kisara still seeks out my opinions, knowing full well that is the case. This despite the fact I am no longer her master either.
Couldn't it be precisely because you're not her master anymore? It's natural for friends to want to hear each other's opinions.
I hadn't considered that possibility.
It's funny what you miss sometimes.
Hardly uncommon among artistic types such as myself. When lordships are decided based solely on one's astral energy, it can lead to funny results.
But even so, you still took your job as Lord seriously, didn't you?
Certainly. I learned to perform my functions. However, I was less interested in ruling, so much as avoiding life and death decisions. Of course, such a mentality in the end led only to sickening pain and death taking place elsewhere out of sight. I pretended not to see or hear any of it, content to let our supposed peace and equality keep me blind and deaf to reality. I was a fool.
But you're making amends.
I would like to think so. The path ahead is dark, yet I still walk on. I merely pray that I shan't fall down any holes along the way. I do believe it's about time that I retire. Shall we get moving? Something feels odd here. Be on your guard.
I just noticed none of you other Danans have spirit cores. Why is that?
Both of my parents were part of the resistance in Calaglia. In fact, my birth was kept a secret from the Renans.
Mine too. We always lived in hiding, so I never had a spirit core embedded in me like I was supposed to.
What about you, Alphen? You were a slave in Calaglia before all this, weren't you?
To be completely honest, I'm not sure why I don't have one. All the other Danan slaves around me did. I was the only exception. They tended to keep their distance from me to avoid attracting any attention from the soldiers, because of my mask and all. What about you, Kisara? Do you still have your spirit core?
No. I was able to find a good Renan doctor who's sympathetic to our kind, and had them remove it before I left. They did such a great job, the procedure didn't even leave a scar.
One of the benefits of coexistence, huh?
I know that once the spirit vessel was shut down, there wasn't much need for me to hurry. But still, I didn't like having that mark of servitude lingering on me any longer than I had to. It may sound a little strange to hear me say this, but I'm just me now. Not a guardsman or a slave. I'm my own woman, and this is my chance to have a new beginning.
Looks like trouble with a capital T!
Together, we've got this! Here I come! Dragon Swarm!
I'm more familiar with airborne targets.
Just the airborne scoundrel.
Sounds like a job for yours truly.
Dragon Swarm!
I can carve through armor!
I'm on. Fury!
I'm ready!
All yours, Kisara.
Now! Here I come!
I'll tear you
Can you
apart!
take it?
Here I come!
I'll grind you into dust.
Oh! Now I'm real mad!
Mirage!
Can't get out of this!
Dragon Swarm! Pierce through!
Talon Hurricane!
Seismic.
I'll crush you! Lightning Reflexes! Tenebrous Claw!
Glacial Spear! Piercing
Thunder
Sword!
Dance! River Dragon!
Tree Cleanser!
Eagle Assault!
Do it! This one's got your name on it!
Ash to ash.
So, fire and earth astral energy, huh?
A perfect combination.
This sure is one rugged road. You'd think they'd keep this at least a little better maintained, right?
Why spend energy fixing that which is rarely used? Repairs require time and effort, which in our world means slaves, often in great numbers. For you, it may be a simple request. but that can quickly become another's difficult burden. Nobody gains anything without someone expending effort.
And you know, somehow that someone always ends up being a Danon, while the Renans are the ones who gain.
True enough. Ideally, in a perfect world, I think it's only fair that the ones who need it should be the ones to perform the work.
However, when doing so could be dangerous like it is here, there are many who would prefer that it be others who risk their lives in their stead.
So, what you're saying is that people will just put up with the inconvenience until someone else comes along to fix it for them?
Indeed. And it is those who can no longer bear that feeling that inevitably take action. Much like the Danons in our group do so now. As strange as it may be to hear such a thing from the likes of myself.
It's true that most of the Danons in Calaglia have been resigned to just accepting things as they are. Still, we can't just blame them for...
What are you making that face for? You're not worn out already, are you?
Nah, just regretting I ever said anything in the first place.
All right.
There's nowhere to run from my arc. When he slows down, that's our chance. Here I come.
It's like trying to keep up with a wolf!
Slash! Can't get out of this! Slash! Swallow blade!
Can you take it?
Now or never. You're mine! No further! Moon Gate! Dragon Form! Swallow blade! Try harder! Not a chance!
In a bind?
Here I come! Swallow blade!
I'll face you.
I'll finish you here and now! I'll take it! You finished it! In an instant! Impact block! We work well together.
Like a finely timed ball.
In a bind?
Demon Fang! Eagle Assault! Sovereign Alpha!
Tornado
Finish
drive!
it! Blow them away!
Got some interesting moves there, Dohalim. I'm glad you're on our side.
I'm simply glad to hear that I can make myself useful to you all. Huh?
What's wrong?
We seem to have come across some rather unusual objects.
What, you mean that pile of garbage?
No mere garbage, I assure you. Still, I've never seen anything shaped like it before. I'm intrigued.
Are you curious about this stuff, Rinwell?
Yeah. I think he might have found some old Danon relics. They look like the remains of a bunch of objects that disappeared after the Renans first invaded.
And yet here I am, holding them without so much as a second thought. I imagine the sight must be unsettling to you.
Not really, just that it must be nice to be a Renan who has time to indulge in stuff like that, unlike the rest of us.
Are you interested in this stuff too, Dohalim?
Charmed may be a better turn of phrase. I simply love objects that can give me a sense of what their maker was thinking, the history that went into their creation. You see, we Renans have hardly any such objects that trace back to our distant past.
I still don't understand what you two find so intriguing about it, though.
Why not? We're talking about our own culture here.
I get that, but it's not like this stuff is any use now, does it? It's just old. Real old.
Oh, but it does. Holding it in your hands like this, one can feel and engage with the distant past in a way no history book can ever accomplish.
I'll take your word for it. Well, seeing as it's Danon history, just make sure you're careful with it. All right, Dohalim?
But of course.
I sense a strange power from this.
I know fine weapon material when I see it.
Visibility along this path will remain limited for some time. Take care not to get ambushed.
I'm surprised you know the terrain here so well. Lords don't strike me as having much time for wandering in the woods.
Sometimes I would take strolls along here when I wished to be alone.
You always did have a bad habit of disappearing without telling any of us guardsmen.
Gotta break through! You're mine! Swallow blade! Can you take it? I'll blind you with a flaming flood! You're coming, face me!
Easy agile one.
Here I come! Swallow blade!
Now you see what I can do!
We've got fire!
I've got this! Let a marksman handle it!
I'm mine! Flaming flood! All yours! Take this!
Elusive deity! The enemy wields arts too.
You'll soon see about that! Do it!
Ringwell! Light burst forth!
Radiant Denizen! Here's a healing
My
art!
turn!
I'll face you! Prepare to be seen!
Drop
Ready
dead
war!
war!
Here!
Double demon fang!
Here! Flame of
I'm not
Fury!
done!
Burning!
Soaring! Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno! Totally! In an instant! Impact block! We work well together.
Like a finely timed waltz.
Hurricane Thrust!
Thanks for the concern.
Simple repayment for a favor.
I don't grant favors,
Mirage!
and I don't accept them
Eat
either.
their chaos!
This one's got your name on it!
Ashes to ashes! I'm even stronger than before.
one's tough, but we have no choice.
Let me know if you need healing.
Negative spear!
I never miss.
You're on!
Airborne beast. My set.
In a box?
I'm on it!
Any flying freaks?
I'll take you all on! Sion, can you take care of them?
No sooner said than done.
Negative
I can handle it.
Dragon Swarm!
Do it.
Shield!
This one's got your name on it.
Ashes to ashes. A merry distraction.
There's still more to go.
Eat them!
Negative I'm just getting started. I can carve through armor.
I'm all stuff.
Thank you! Rongo! Finish it! In an instant! Impact block!
Glacial spear. Pierce evil.
Resonate with the earth.
Freeze laser.
Finish it!
Astral energy.
Say no more!
I can feel my precision improving.
It's so hilly around here. I can feel my feet getting blisters.
That's mountain hiking for you. It can be pretty tough if you're not used to these sorts of trails.
Discourteous, aren't you?
I'm not done!
I shall ensure you survive this.
Double Demon Fang! Wild Kick! Demon Fang!
Don't mind if I do.
You're mine! Severing Wind! Stardust!
This one's mine. Leave the enemy's arc to me.
No complaints here.
Do it.
Will you clamor for my true power?
Hey! Blow them away! How's that?
Except
Lightning Thrust!
Healing circle.
I owe you one.
you're helping me become a pattern.
It's for the good of all of us.
Is it now?
These little...
Behold! The earth pulse! Tectonic fission!
First strike!
Here, let me help.
Resonate with the earth! Stalagmite!
Soaring Light Spear!
Reload.
Negative gate!
Here goes. Annihilate.
Rising Spear!
Come on!
Do it.
Ridwell! Light burst forth!
Radiant Genesis.
I still got a ways to go.
That enemy looks strong. I bet it'll be...
Oh, man. I hope I live long enough to
I shall provide assistance.
Burn!
Where are you going? Glimmer Flash! Don't mind if I do. Let the marksman handle this. Mega Ray! Gemini Aqua!
Wind! Devastation!
Do it!
6 feet long! Look sharp!
Lightning Tiger Blade! See that?
That training's paying off!
Do it! That's your Get toasty!
Burn strike!
I'll heal you all!
Not a chance! Cut! Devastation! Take this!
Healing circle!
Now I can let loose!
I'm sorry to
Severing
be
Wind!
We've all got
Do
enough
it!
on our plates.
Yes, ma'am.
Get toasty!
Burn strike!
That's quite the technique.
You need me? I'm there.
An opponent like this should be easy.
Thank you.
You picked the wrong fight!
Evil God!
You're mine!
I'm surrounded!
Dragon Swarm!
Talon Hurricane!
Will this help?
Explosive Ring!
I can carve through. Now I'm in the groove.
Healing
Take
circle!
this. No further. What a relief. Tempest Rush. Prepare to be sealed. Hey! Blow them away! How's that?
Acceptable. Escape!
Begin. Far enough. Eagle assault.
Blow away! Hold nothing back!
Seismic Russia. Swallow Tempest engulfs you. What a relief of deity.
Why'd you kill me?
Stop me dying?
Do it! Thank you!
Astral energy!
Say no more!
Resonate with the air!
Stalagmite.
I'm on it! Lightning Talon!
Negative gate.
Stalagmite!
Stalagmite.
Demon
I'll face you! Ready?
Burning!
Elusive deity! Tornado drive!
In an instant!
Impact block!
So I still had room to grow.
This looks nice and tough.
More Danon ruins here too, I see.
What were people even thinking back then? Trying to build anything around here.
Maybe they just had that much time and energy on their hands.
It'll be a breeze. Get in, get out.
You're mine! Double demon fang!
Nothing gets by me. Negative gate.
Severing wind!
With the earth.
Do
it! Ring left. Light burst forward.
Radiant Denison!
Here I come!
Swallow dance.
Dragon
Look sharp. Lightning tiger blade. See that?
That training's paying off!
No further.
Do it!
Dolan! This one's got your name on it!
Action to action.
That was way stronger than regular firepower.
You won't hear me complaining.
I sure have built up a sweat with this hike.
Rest assured, we have reached the top. It's all downhill from here, quite literally.
So Mahag Sar's just up ahead then?
Indeed.
Right, here goes! I'll smash you! No, no! Double demon fang! You picked the wrong fight!
Not on my watch!
Can you take it?
Double demon fang!
Crescent flash. Eagle
Destruction!
Do it!
In an instant!
Impact block.
We work well together.
Well, we're on the home stretch now.
Don't take your eyes off the prize.
I'm quite aware without you reminding me.
Negative gate.
Mega ray!
Here I come! I'm not done!
Cancel the wind! Fury! Burning!
Eat this! Dragon Swarm! Sonic Thrust!
Ring left. Light burst forward.
Radiant Denison!
What's this place here? Some kind of old house?
I don't know about that.
Gotta break!
Ready and ready.
You're mine!
Far enough. They got me flayed.
Try this! Explosive ring!
Super swallow dance. All finish you here and now.
Here goes!
First strike. Whirlwind snap. Super swallow dance. That's enough. Super swallow dance. I'll crush you. Lightning reflexes. Tenebrous claw.
Here's a healing arc!
Come and get it.
Take this!
First aid!
Rising Wyvern! Take this!
Blow away.
The tide of battle has turned.
That's the power of comrades in arms.
Right. Comrades in arms.
What? Too sentimental? There you go. Negative idea. So much for sitting this fight out.
That wouldn't be a complaint, I hear.
Nope, that is silly. In a vine? That's enough. Burning. Big blast. Ready to go. Super swallow dance. You're mine. Dazzle. Eat this. Elusive deity. I'll tear you.
Am I on a roll or what?
Well, look who's in a bright and shiny mood.
Destruction ruined!
Double demon flag! Two back!
Stand back! I'll trip it up!
Severing wind! Mirage!
Now you see what I can do!
One more!
Flash!
Mega
Double
Wave!
damage!
Double
Demon
Flip!
flag!
This one's mine!
Do it! Look sharp!
Lightning Tiger Blade! See that?
That training's paying off!
Elusive Deity!
Destruction!
Can you take it? Tempest! Dance on the wind!
Rising Wyvern!
Hurricane! Take this!
Soaring Blackbeard! Finish it!
More! Hey! Blow them away!
I won't rest until I'm the best I can be.
Still striving to be on par with the Lord?
You simply can't be too strong when battle is a part of your everyday. Hey, look at that enemy!
I'm like bait to them!
Here, let me help!
Take this!
I'm on!
Confiscated!
Dragon Shadow!
You picked the wrong fight!
Eat this! Flash! Talon
Try
Hurricane! Take this!
Eternal Flight! No escape!
Take it! I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw! Dragon now I'm in the groove! Take
I thought you were going to wreck the place. I'm not nearly finished yet.
Then I'll provide assistance however I can.
These little ones are hardly worth our time.
Less talking, more pummeling.
Cut them apart to your heart's content.
I've used too much.
Resonate with the earth! Stalagmite! Negative gate! Eagle Dive!
Shield!
This one's got your name on it!
Ashes to ashes. A merry distraction.
There's still more to go.
Can you take it?
Soaring Blackbeard!
Crescent Flash!
Rising Wyvern! No escape! Lunar Rocket!
Elusive Deity!
Rising Phoenix!
Soaring Blast! Dragon Shell!
Here I come!
Don't mind if I do.
Eagle Assault! The Tempest engulfs you! Clear the throat! Now I'm real mad!
Advance Flag! Sonic Blast!
Outfit!
In an instant! Impact Block! I can feel my power growing!
This might be some decent equipment.
Anything that makes battles easier is okay by me.
What's that big tower over there?
I think the animals back at the ranch should be all grown up by now.
I always love the sound of hammers banging away.
I'm drenched in sweat.
This is a true masterpiece, no less than culinary art.
You should get some shut-eye. All right, guys. Ready to go? Not this way, I guess. Not this way, I guess. Not this way, I guess. Guess I misread the landing.
Get lost!
Stay calm. I shall provide assistance. A new melody.
There you will fly!
One more!
I'll smash you!
Right, Mega Ray! I'll heal you
Flying
all!
freaks! Why can't they just sit still?
Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
Here,
No!
let me help.
The enemy wields art too.
You'll soon see about that!
Take this!
Here I come! Swallow Blade!
An admirable display of force. An admiral?
I'm ready!
I'll stop your movement!
And I'll stop your life!
Resonate with the earth.
Stardust!
I'm ready!
Kisara! Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone!
My exploits are bearing fruit. courteous, aren't you? I shall ensure you survive this.
Swallow dance!
You're on! Try this!
Ready! There! Into the shadows!
Double Phoenix Blast!
I'm ready!
Look sharp!
Lightning Tiger Blade! See that?
That training's paying off!
Where are you going?
Now, hit the groove!
Can you take it?
Elusive Deity! That's enough! Eagle Ray! Do it!
Alpha! In an instant! Impact Block!
The heavens must be smiling.
Still thinking about how to act around Dohalim?
That obvious, huh? Except I don't think I'll be changing much after all. Don't get me wrong, I'm not going to stay his servant. However, I am going to treat him like a fellow comrade, the same way I would with you or anyone else. For as long as I can remember, I've spent my life protecting others. But isn't that what friends do too? Support and protect one another in times of need?
Which in the end pretty much means doing as you've always done, right? If that's what you're most comfortable with, I'm certainly not going to give you any grief over it.
Actually, I've been thinking about how I ought to act around you all as well.
Oh?
When I set out on this journey, it was to rid Eldaman and Sia of its enemies and search for wisdom in the outside world. Wisdom that I could potentially put to use on my return. I'm grateful to you all for letting me tag along. But it got me thinking, what am I actually contributing by being here?
What are you talking about? You know how to hold a weapon, don't you? That's help enough.
Is it though? Sometimes I wish there was more I could be doing to pull my...
Oops, sorry about that. Jeez, I'm famished.
Now that you mention it, what do you guys normally do for food and meals when you're out and about on your travels?
What do you mean, what do we do? We find stuff to eat and eat it. So long as it's meat, I'm not fussy.
Eating what you like can be good for morale in the short term, but you need to think about your diet if you want to stay healthy.
Does that mean eating vegetables too?
Isn't that obvious?
It does, which I guess hasn't been happening up till now.
Yeah, to be honest, we could be eating better than we do.
Understood. In that case, I'll just have to make sure you're all staying healthy and eating right myself. Fortunately, I happen to know a thing or two about cooking as well.
You hear that, Law? Sounds like you'll be eating your greens after all.
Ugh.
What is it?
No, sorry, it's just... I was just wondering if you had any thoughts on all this.
It will do her good to have a project.
No, not Kisara. I meant you. Was there anything you wanted to add?
Me? Certainly you're not looking to me for culinary skill, I hope.
Typical Renan, leaving everything to someone else.
Rinwell, I don't think...
That said, should you need my skills on the battlefield, please rest assured I have no intention of shirking my responsibilities, regardless of who we may face.
I'm sure no one doubts that. Listen, guys, if we're traveling together, we should probably at least try to make an effort to get to know one another, don't you think?
I wouldn't get your expectations too high in that regard. Believe it or not, sometimes I'm not sure I even know myself all that well.
Hey, let's stop for a minute.
What's up? You already tired?
My armor's pretty heavy. I think I need a little rest.
I second that. All of this walking is starting to take its toll on me as well.
What? You don't look it.
We can't spare the time. There's places we need to be. Mahag Sar's capital, Niez, is our destination right now.
But if one of us collapses, it will only serve to slow us down. And in your case, Alphen is the only one who could carry you. Best to rest while you have the opportunity.
Enough already. I need a break, so we're taking one.
I don't need you fretting over me.
Fretting? Hey, it's not like I'm... been looking for you. For me? Why?
He's tough.
Who are you? You said you were looking for me. Why? Beautiful, precious life. What the? That is all I desire. Then why are we fighting? Who even are you?
Benedict, you're such a failure. Forgive me. It's my job. Enjoy.
Try harder!
With life.
Dragon Swarm!
Here.
Try harder! Not a chance! Who the hell are you? Bastard!
This guy's not normal.
It's unbelievable.
You mean he even surpasses a lord?
You're mine!
Why, thank you.
And will you lay down your life?
Well, I mean, hey, let's not be hasty. I'll smash you!
You're finished! Heal! Eat dirt! It's
weakened.
down! First strike! This ends now! Explosive
I
ring!
never miss.
Talon Hurricane!
No.
Get here!
I couldn't make it in time. Don't get carried away.
I'll face you.
Resuscitation. Will this help?
Talon, I'm just getting started. I see you. In your face.
Healing circle.
There you are.
You're helping me escape my path.
For the good of all of us.
Is it now?
I'll heal you all. Ready to go. Healing circle.
Double Demon Fang!
Talon Hurricane. Radiant pierce.
You're mine!
Go away. Back into the fray. Denied.
Is that all that you've got? Very well. Then die. A wretch like you? Till next time. Shion, wake up, please!
Alphen?
Shion!
Thanks, but you're kinda crushing me.
Sorry.
It's okay. And so am I. It's not as bad as it looks.
Not bad. That's... Shion, we thought
I'm
you were...
fine. Really.
What the hell were you thinking?
Well, you were trying to protect me too, you know.
Yeah, but I have the sword. It's different.
It's not different. Besides,
Hmm?
Never mind. It's nothing. Anyway, thank you.
But I didn't... Look, I'm just glad that you're...
Alphen?
Sorry.
That guy said he'd be back. I think maybe we should get moving before he returns, right?
Rinwell has a good point. We need to go. Shion, are you sure you're okay?
Shion, are you sure you're okay?
Yeah, I already applied some healing arts to it. It didn't even leave a scar.
But his sword went nearly straight through you.
I'm all right. Unless I've turned into some kind of ghost and I'm haunting you all right now.
No, I know you're not. It's just...
Look, I appreciate you looking out for me, but I'm fine. Really.
There was also that strange light that appeared when Shion was stabbed. It seemed to make the enemy retreat when he saw it. Alphen, do you have any idea what it might have been?
A light? I don't know. I was kind of preoccupied with other things at the time.
Now that I think of it, between that light and the blazing sword, just what sort of person are you, Alphen? Can you use Dahnan astral arts like Rinwell, perhaps?
He wouldn't know, Dohalim. He doesn't have any memories from his past, remember? Besides, we should really be getting out of here.
I suppose you're right. Forgive me. We've almost reached Nias, the capital of Mahag Sar. With any luck, we'll find a place there for Shion to rest.
Hey. Something wrong? You look like you're deep in thought.
Not exactly. I was merely thinking about you two and your sense of etiquette.
Oh?
Etiquette?
Indeed. To be quite frank, I find your lack of manners to be nigh intolerable.
That's not being frank, that's being and forget it. Do we really need to talk about this now?
Yes, I find such impropriety on your part to be deeply unsettling. It concerns me greatly.
What do you want us to do? We were slaves. We never got to learn how to be proper like you.
Yeah, what he said. Maybe you missed how we were just focused on surviving.
Perhaps, but Kisara here demonstrates that it's quite possible for a Dahnan to learn proper manners.
That's because I was given the opportunity to learn. Moreover, my duties as a guardsman required it. Not every realm is like Menancia, as you well know.
Yeah, I don't think it's fair to hold us to some other city standards.
Exactly. You've got to remember what it's been like for us living under the Rena elsewhere.
I will concede that you do indeed make a valid point. It would appear, for all my espousing the virtues of equality between our peoples, I was still looking down on the two of you.
You don't need to beat yourself up. I wasn't that offended by what you said, man.
Nevertheless, I shall mind my words from here on out. Having said that, I do believe you two would still benefit from learning the basics of proper society. I would be more than happy to teach you both when we camp out, if you like.
Yeah, no, I'll pass. Acting all prim and proper isn't really my style.
If you say so. How about you, Law? Would you like to learn? Although I suppose my first task is to reform your attitude toward the idea of good etiquette.
You're not gonna let this go, are you?
How are you holding up after that last fight? You're not too hurt, are you?
I'm fine, really. See for yourself.
If things get too tough out there, go ahead and fall back. I can take a beating if I need to.
I'm not here just to stand around and have everyone protect me.
I get that, but there's nothing wrong with admitting you have weaknesses too.
Do I look like I'm just trying to put on a brave face to you?
I can't feel pain, but you still can, can't you?
Look, I appreciate you're trying to look out for me, but even you go down in fights from time to time. Please, stop trying to babysit me. It's getting old.
It's not that. I just...
Are we in the right place? This place looks like a mess.
Yes, this is Niez, the capital of Mahag Sar.
I don't see any signs of people. And the buildings.
Yeah, this doesn't seem like the kind of place people would actually live.
No soldiers, no Danans, not a soul to be seen. Yet look at these facades. This is clearly a Renan district.
Hey, check out that drawing on the castle gate. That's the Darkwing's crest. It's from an old Danan legend about a hero who defeated an evil king with a torch and their trusty owl. That's his crest. I'm sure of it.
Really? First time I'm hearing it. So if someone drew it on the gate...
It must mean the Renans have lost control of the city.
Are you suggesting the Danans rose up and defeated the Lord here? Hard to believe, but not entirely unthinkable, given the evidence.
Let's look around and see if we can find someone. They might be able to tell us what happened. This is horrible.
Is there truly no one here?
All of these ruins look like they were made pretty recently.
But if that's the case, then where do you think the people that used to live here went off to? There must have been Danans and Renans, right?
That's a good question. Even if the Danans rebelled and managed to overthrow the Renans here, there should still be some people around.
This debris. Do you think it could be the work of Renan astral arts?
Perhaps, but the appearance of these ruins is rather uniform, which leads me to believe otherwise.
Hey, Rinwell. That story you told us about the Dark Wings, it said that the evil king was vanquished with a holy flame, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Then there might be some truth to that old story after all. It looks like all the rubble here had been scarred by flames.
Let's not jump to any conclusions just yet. If we can find someone around here, we might be able to get them to tell us what happened. Dohalim, you forgot to take care of the fire yesterday.
What do you mean, take care of? Ah, yes. You meant to put it out?
Yep. If it stays lit, we could end up in real trouble real fast.
I see. I apologize for not realizing that. I shall be more careful in the future.
The way he's talking, it's like the thought of putting it out himself never even occurred to him.
Moving on, Dohalim, I should mention that the clasp for your cape is about to come undone.
Oh yes, I tried to fix that myself, but it simply refused to cooperate with me.
I can't believe I'm hearing this. Are you telling me Renans can't even dress themselves?
Lords like Dohalim have attendants that take care of just about everything they need, so I'm not surprised he sometimes struggles with the basics.
Even by those standards, you've got to admit this is still a little extreme.
Shionna's got a point. I mean, you don't see Renans like her needing so much help to get stuff done.
In my case, circumstances forced me to learn how to be independent. Even so, I still think Dohalim could afford to pick up a few more self-sufficient skills.
Well, specifically speaking, what would you suggest that I learn?
For starters, I think it'd be good for you to learn how to dress. And put on shoes. How to comb your hair is equally important. And learning to manage your possessions better. And then from there...
She sounds like his mom rattling all that off.
Oh, and another thing. About your owl, Rinwell.
What is it?
When he starts to molt, would you be willing to give me his old feathers? I think I could find a use for them.
What do you intend to do with those?
Well, recently, I haven't been sleeping well. However, I hear pillows made from owl feathers are very comfortable and wish to make one.
This is why I hate you, Renans!
Did I say something offensive?
Next time, put your own needs aside for a second and think about how someone might react first. Then consider if it's worth asking at all.
Hoo-hoo! Hoo-hoo!
Maybe something's going on in the forest.
What are those out in the valley? Windmills? They're huge.
They're most likely used to harvest wind astral energy, so they have to be big.
All of you, stop right there! Don't move!
They have us surrounded.
Who are you? Where did you come from?
You first! Show yourself!
I'm the one asking the questions here. Don't try anything funny. One wrong move, and I guarantee we'll blow you away.
What are you...
My name is Alphen. I came here from Calaglia.
Alphen? The wielder of the blazing sword?
Getting pretty famous, isn't he?
Here is my proof. Will that suffice? Or do I have to burn down one of those houses to make my point?
No need. I believe you. I'm Beifong, of the Darkwings. Sorry for threatening to blow you away. We're still hunting down the remnants of the enemy forces, so everyone's more than a bit on edge right now. Please forgive me.
Remaining? Wait, you mean you already took down the Lord of this realm?
That's right. We took her weapons and turned them right back on her.
Are you the Dahnan leader here in Niez?
Nah, I'm just one of the commanders. Deadeye's the one who runs the show. I'd be happy to take you to him. Just one problem. The Renans. Seems the rumors you were running with them were true. You do understand, right? I mean, we only just liberated the city from their kind. Everyone's short on trust. And for good reason. Especially Deadeye. I think it'd be best if those two waited outside.
Not going to happen.
I don't think it's a good idea for us to split up. It's too dangerous.
Then it's on your head, friend. Our base is that way.
You could have left me behind, you know.
This isn't just about you, Dohalim.
Ah, yes.
I guess even after you beat the Renans, your work's only really just begun, huh?
Yeah. This place seems like it's got a lot of issues to fix.
So you're Elfin, are ya? Thought you'd be bigger. Huh. Guess the armor beefs you up a bit. You've got a lot of people talking, you know. But in this town, I call the shots. You play by my rules here. Just remember that. Gotta say, I didn't expect you to run with a gang of women and kids. Those other lords must have been real pushovers, huh?
Seriously? Are you this rude to everyone you meet?
Don't interrupt me, you brat. Didn't your parents teach you any manners?
Why, you?
So you're the one who took down the Lord of this realm, huh? How'd you pull that off?
We just swiped the Renan's explosives. And then we blasted them all to hell and back.
Explosives? That's a pretty bold approach. But how'd you manage to avoid hurting your own people?
I didn't, that's how. But the chance to take out a lord was worth the sacrifice.
And the Lord? What did this sacrifice earn you?
Unfortunately, we couldn't manage to finish her off. But now we've really got the girl on the run.
She ran? A lord?
Yeah, the lady was just a coward. She had a whole lot more bark than bite, that's for sure. She's probably hiding off in a hole somewhere. But not for long. We'll find her and drag her right back into town. Then she'll get what's coming to her.
I wouldn't be so sure. She may run, but she'll never go quietly.
Shut up, Bright Eyes! I would have run you through already if you weren't with the blazing sword here.
The whole reason you're fighting is to free the Danans in this realm, is it not? If so,
Shut your
then—
mouth, witch! That's enough! If you're really fighting for us Danans, why keep these bastards around? Why haven't you killed them already?
I'm not going to kill these bastards.
Oh. Is that the case, huh? Then tell me the point of this show.
They're my friends.
Friends? Renans are Renans. The scum-sucking bastards who've been draining our souls for 300 years now! But you know that. Maybe it's 'cause you and that little lady are friends and more.
Son of a... You'll pay for that!
That's enough! Deadeye, you know that was completely uncalled for.
All of you, get the hell out of my realm! And don't ever come back! This is Danan's realm and it's ours, understand? I call the shots here. And I make the rules. I do, Deadeye, leader of the Dark Wings!
Yeah! Deadeye! Liberator Deadeye! You are the true leader of this realm! We're not afraid of any Bright Eyes!
It's only a matter of time before I throw every last Bright Eye out of this realm!
The Darkwings!
The Darkwings rule!
Hey, wait up. Told you so, didn't I? You should have left your Renin pals outside.
You don't agree with him, do you? I could tell by the look on your face in there.
That's how things are with him. He loses his temper, then I step in and calm things down.
Better you than me.
If that's all, I think it's past time we were going.
Look, I just wanted to apologize for what Deadheim said in there.
At least somebody's got some manners around here.
He didn't used to be like that. But, well, that's what losing most of your loved ones will do to a man. He may never forgive the Renins.
It's a little ironic how indistinguishable his manner is to that of a lord.
Hey, Beifan? Deadeye mentioned the Lord is still on the run. Any ideas where she might be?
We looked all over, but found no traces of her. We heard some rumblings about activity in Estaluva Forest, but that's it.
Estaluva, huh?
Wait, you're not going after her, are you? Certainly won't win you any favors with Deadheim.
This isn't Deadheim's war, and we're certainly not fighting it for him. Besides, it's like Shion said, her type isn't going to go quietly.
Hey, it's your funeral. Don't say I didn't warn you.
We'll be sure to keep you out of it. Before we set out, though, is there anywhere around here we can rest?
Sure. Building at the end of the road, opposite side. It's all yours. We use it as temporary lodging, to house people who don't have a new place to live quite yet.
We're not going to run into any trouble there, are we?
Rumors of a certain fiery sword have spread fast. I doubt anyone will be eager to give you guys problems. And here's where I say my farewell. You're on your own, but good hunting.
Before you go, how come you don't hate the Renins as well?
Oh, believe me, I've got my bone to pick with the Renins. Just not with two of them I've never so much as laid eyes on before.
Let's head on over to that lodge. We'll figure out what our next move is there.
I see someone who looks troubled about something.
A little compassion can make all the difference. I propose we speak to them.
I get the feeling Deadheim signed up to be a rebel, so he could have a roost to rule. Heck, he's no better than a lord. In some ways, he's even worse.
I know. How could he use explosives on his own people?
And yet, despite the toll of his actions, none of the Danins we've seen seem to question his assumed authority in the least. If anything, they may well consider him a hero, which would say a great deal toward how deeply they resented the Renins here.
Still, I don't think this is as simple as saying the good guys won out over the bad ones.
Yeah, I don't either. Deadeye might have managed to drive the Renins out of Niez, but that doesn't make the way he did it okay. No matter which way you look at it.
A victory that's earned by throwing away the lives of his own people? No, that isn't a victory at all. I can understand that the Danins here are standing up against their oppression, but that doesn't mean they have to humiliate all Renins just to settle the score.
I'm perfectly able to stand up for myself, Alphen. Besides, I'm used to it by...
But you shouldn't have to be, Shion. It's just... What I mean to say is, when you've been a slave for so long, it's easy to accept that's how it should be because it's all you've ever known. Constantly being belittled is no different. I don't think that's fair. For me or for you.
I just don't know, man.
Don't know what?
Deadeye managed to drive out a real live Renin lord. That's incredible. And he seems to have a lot of supporters surrounding him, too. But he's got an attitude worse than any angry Zoogle. Plus, Niaz is in utter ruins. I don't have a clue what his game is.
The Renans are powerful. And because of that, it takes a strong leader to have any hope of toppling them. However, when you take down one dictator only to replace them with another, ultimately it's just business as usual.
If it'd been Zephyr instead of Deadime, I don't think things would have turned out like this.
Rinwell.
Yeah, I think so too. Zephyr did things differently top to bottom. He's not the kind of person who would have forced his own views or decisions on other people. When you do that, you're ruling over others, not leading them.
To be honest, I don't know what I would have wanted my dad to do if he was in that position.
Law.
The whole thing feels weird in a way. It's a weird kind of feeling, but at the same time, part of me also feels happy. Deadeye and my dad are two very different men. For now, I'm content knowing that.
The city is liberated, and yet the air still hums with fear and anxiety. It reminds me all too well of how Vicente once was.
Hums? You mean like music?
Yeah, none of this sounds like music to my ears. In fact, I've never seen any Danans with musical instruments in my life.
You don't need instruments to play music. It can emerge naturally from the sounds of people going about their day and the hustle and bustle of life.
You seem to care a lot about music, Dohalim. I didn't know that about you.
Have I not mentioned it? Before I was a candidate for the lordship, I had my heart set on the life of a musician.
You? A musician?
Indeed, music enriches the world around us. I trained day and night to hone my art. Words could not describe my bliss, as my notes carried with them the sights and sounds of nature, the ebb and flow of time, and the thoughts of people on the wind.
Dohalim.
Forgive me. My loquaciousness can get the best of me at times.
Don't apologize. It's interesting hearing what Renan culture is like.
Even though the Renans destroyed all of our arts and culture.
Personally, I was interested in the music of Dana as well. The fact that generations of lords deemed music to be of no use to their slaves and outright forbade the ownership of instruments is lamentable. Not that my words can undo the damage already done.
That Deadeye creep certainly has a few screws loose, that's for sure.
Forget that guy. Right now, we need to discuss how we're going to proceed.
What's there to discuss? Deadeye and his crew have already brought down the Lord here. Just let them finish her off.
I want to go after her.
I second that. I think it's the best thing to do right now. We don't know if the Darkwings have what it takes to beat her. I'm worried what'll happen if we leave her to her own devices.
You make a good point, Rinwell. And maybe I'm just being overconfident, but between us and them, I think we have a better chance at defeating her.
I have to agree. This realm isn't going to be truly safe as long as that Lord is still running around out there. We need to act.
Fine by me. But isn't Deadeye just gonna take all the credit once we're done?
Our job is to break down the walls that oppress Dana. What he chooses to build in their place, that's his problem. For now, we'll head to this Estaluva forest Bayfon told us about. Whatever we decide to do, though, we should take some time to rest first. We've barely stopped since Menancia. Where are you going?
Alphen.
You should get some rest. What's got you up at this hour?
Just let me be for a minute, okay? Why don't you go back to the inn?
I will when you do.
Have it your way.
Shion. The Lord's days are numbered. I haven't forgotten our promise. You can trust me, you know. Maybe even lean on me a little. If you want.
And if I say I will you finally give it a rest?
Yeah, of course. Try to get some rest, okay?
What was all that about?
So we're just going to check things out, right? In whatever that forest is called.
Estaluva Forest. Next time, pay attention.
Hey, if we find anyone who needs help here,
I know. We'll make sure to ask what's wrong.
Got sand in my eyes!
The winds are strong here. Mind yourselves.
the winds outside the capital are blowing as strongly as ever.
You can definitely see why people call this place the Valley of the Four Winds.
Indeed, Mahag Sar is the realm of wind, just as Ganeth Heros is for water.
Earth, water, fire, wind, light, and darkness. Rena is aligned to darkness, leaving each realm one element each.
Is that because some elements are easier to gather in certain areas than others?
That is certainly possible, but I suspect the biggest reason is to prevent the lords from squabbling over resources.
Funny. You would think infighting would come naturally to an elite class vying for a crown.
True, but the Renans rule as a minority. Fighting ourselves would just be destructive. Though, as you saw in Menancia, any abstention from fighting is merely a facade.
In the end, you all get usurped whether you like it or not.
That may be true, but something tells me that this time is different.
We have to catch up to the Lord first if we want answers. Let's keep moving.
Right, here goes! Strike!
Leave the chargers to me!
Radiant Storm here!
Try harder! Not a chance!
Raging Storm! Here I go! These ones can run rings around us! You got company! Far enough!
Fly!
If it's in the sky, it's mine!
Prepare to be seized. Actually, that sounds more appropriate.
Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
Lightning
This one's all mine!
Here's Evo!
You picked the wrong fight! Swallow Blade! Dragon Swarm!
Blood.
Rending you apart! Be still! Bloody outlet!
Waterfall! Healing Blast! Dance in the
Why'd you heal me?
To stop you dying?
Begin! One more time!
Take this! In a bind?
Dance in the wind! Here goes! Alpin! Astral Energy!
Say no more!
I can feel my power growing!
What is that ring of rocks over there for? They don't look like they formed naturally to me.
Oh yeah. Funny, I guess I've gotten used to weird rock formations. They didn't even register as being out of the ordinary.
Most likely, they were brought over by us Renans when we first invaded the planet.
Wait, those? So does that mean there's some kind of machine then? And if so, what in the world were they even used for?
To manipulate the properties of Dana's astral energy.
Really?
Think about it. Isn't it strange that the type of energy each realm collects is so fixed? Astral energy by nature isn't meant to skew towards one element or another so heavily.
So the Renans reformed it for the crown contest.
Sounds like the crazy thing a Renan would do.
Renans these days are more advanced than Danans in some ways, but even they don't seem capable of doing something on that grand a scale. Or is that something that's possible on Lenegis? Or maybe the Renan homeworld?
I can't claim to know everything about my own kind, but I myself have never seen anything that would be capable of such a drastic feat.
But at some point, they did just that. Those are the sort of people we're up against. We should do our best not to forget that.
Somehow, things are even worse outside the city than they are inside.
Yeah, it's all ruined. Houses and everything else.
Even if it was all in the name of beating the Renans, this is...
Do you sense one of your friends, Hootle? You're so amazing, Kisara. You can cook, you can fix weapons. I feel like there's practically nothing you can't do.
Maybe you should take a page out of her book and learn to make yourself more useful then.
I'd be happy to teach you if you want, Rinwell. I learned most everything I know from my brother.
Really? Even how to sew and do laundry?
Yes, indeed. He knew how to do anything.
Sounds like he was a pretty handy guy when he was alive.
He was. I'd always follow him around and badger him with questions. I was a real pain in the neck. Now that I think about it, he and Legil were the ones who taught me how to raise cats, too.
Legil is that woman who was with him in the Gold Dust Cats, right? I remember now. The one with the really pretty hair.
Funny you mention that. He also taught me how to maintain my hair. Not that those lessons stopped it from getting all tangled up during training.
I think it still looks gorgeous.
From what I can tell, it would appear as though the only thing he didn't manage to teach you was how to apply makeup.
No, but that didn't stop him from trying. He really wanted to teach me everything. Only reason he couldn't was because I prioritized my training.
And here I was trying to make a joke.
I can't tell if she's being serious. The only one here who knows him well enough was her.
Yeah, I guess only Miguel could have told us if it's actually true. Why didn't the Renans...
Let's see what you've got.
Glacial Spear! Pierce Evil!
Negative
Raging Storm!
Come on!
Celestial!
ready to go!
Your reflexes will not serve you well here.
Bloody Dragon Form! Swallow Blade! This one's all mine!
You're mine!
Dragon Form!
Leave the ensnaring to me.
Yeah!
Glacial Spear!
I'm ready!
Astral Energy!
Say no more!
Got it!
Well done!
Negative scale! You're finished!
Burning!
Dragon Form!
Ice Prison!
Don't get careless.
Hi, Hootle! Hear my call!
Rending you apart!
Seal! I'm not so good at this! Freeze Lancer! Freeze Lancer! Now
Got fire!
I'm down! Mark Astral Energy!
Say no more!
Got it!
Well done!
I'm not done! Soaring Light Spear!
In a bind?
Burning! Do it! Go, Helene!
Light Burst forth!
Radiant Genesis! Excited!
My turn!
Go!
I'm ready!
Done! This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
Well then, I should probably think about tonight's menu.
No choice! Take this! Slot! Not today! Eagle Ray! Swallow Blade! I can carve through armor!
It can hide its darkness?
Amazing! Ripping you apart! Swallow blade!
I never miss!
Strike! Swallow blade! Dragon form!
Does this help?
I'm not...
Freeze Lancer! Dance in the wind!
Elusive Swallow blade! Dragon sword! Eagle blade! Double demon fang! Tap in the wind! Try harder!
Sleep now!
Ready to go! Dragon swarm! Pierce through! Dragon swarm! Eagle ray! Strike!
Reload!
Dragon swarm! No further!
It looks like you got this one covered.
Anything in armor is all mine! Burn! Armor won't save you! Demon fang! Raising you apart! Bloody holiday!
Failure's not an option.
Begin!
Sometimes the best medicine
Pierce
is
through!
swallow.
Demon fang! Double demon fang! I'm not
I couldn't make it in time.
I'll bring you back from next to this.
I'll grind you into dust!
One more.
Reflect on thy
Lightning
sin.
defense.
Not going might with blackened blade! Swallow blade!
An astral
Don't
light?
mind it. That's my cue.
Execution!
Shut him down!
I'll grind you into dust!
Where are you going?
Anything in armor is all mine!
Pierce
through! Elusive demon!
You require a hand.
In a bind?
Forgive me. My
I'll grind you into dust!
Back from depths of dance in the wind.
Can you take it?
In here.
Armor won't save you!
Resuscitation. More for the stockpile. Come here. Captain, no.
Rising up!
One at a time.
Try harder! Here I come!
I'll stop its charge!
Thanks, Kisara.
You'll find no mercy.
You're mine!
Behold! The Earth pulse! Tectonic vision!
I'll bring you back. This one's got your name on it.
Ashes to ashes!
Hey, anyone else think this might be a touch too dangerous?
Ridwell's right. We should fall back to regroup and try again later.
I wonder just how many people have been saved by Shion in some form. I'm impressed.
There's rumors flying around about people being saved by a Renin vision of beauty.
Vision of beauty? That's a bit much.
Alphen had better stay on his toes.
Where do I come into this? Am I imagining things? Or are there a lot of big Zoogles in this area?
No, I noticed that too. There's plenty of food and water to go around here. For a Zoogle, this just might be paradise.
Great! That's exactly what I wanted to hear! Hey, what do you say we...
I've got a really bad feeling about this.
Here's evil.
Dragon form!
They're surrounding us.
Swallow blade!
Freeze Lancer.
Strike! Be still!
Airborne beast. Monster.
Eater!
Blind
freak! Why can't they just sit still?
Do it.
Can you take it?
Go for it.
Prepare to crumble! My
Run
turn!
and red. Captain,
No
go.
escape! Dragon will!
Here.
Strike!
I can handle it.
Swallow blade!
Raging cascade.
Stardust! Here I come! Swallow blade!
Get out of
this!
Law! I'll stop your movement!
And I'll stop your life! Now!
Do it.
Don't leave! Hey!
Am I on a roll or what?
Well, look who's in a bright and shiny mood.
I'll take you all on! Take this! Slash! It's on!
Confiscated!
Dragon Swarm!
It's a graveyard!
Ignite!
Flame of fury!
Swallow Blade!
Pesky airborne
Hear my
scoundrel!
call. Sounds like a job for yours truly!
I can carve through armor!
Can't be
The
squirreled!
enemy wields arc too. Light burst forth!
Radiant Genesis! You don't mess around!
Certainly not.
Radiant Storm! Do it! Get toasty!
Burn Strike! My
Flame of
turn!
fury!
Here I come!
This one's mine!
Stardust! Elusive Deity!
Read that here! Now! This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
That's some power you wield.
You're the one who did the heavy lifting.
Alphen, have you been washing your clothes? It may not be my place to say this, but frankly, they're starting to stink.
Now that you mention it, it has been a while since I did any laundry.
I'll wash them for you if you want. Just remember to give them to me the next time you get changed.
Oh, okay. Sure. Thanks, Kisara.
And, Law, Rinwell, yours are starting to look a bit ragged.
What do you expect? Of course they're going to tear up when we're out there fighting so much.
Yeah, but it's still kind of embarrassing having it pointed out like this.
And Shion?
I wouldn't touch me if I were you.
Of course. My apologies. All I wanted to say was that your sleeves are getting a little bit dirty.
You don't need to worry so much, Kisara. It's only natural our clothes are gonna get a little dirty while we're traveling around.
That's no excuse. Your outward appearance says a lot about your inner well-being.
Now you've really set her off.
Suffice to say, it would appear that the traditions of the Guard are still alive and well within her.
What do you mean? What do the guardsmen do that's so special?
Mostly, I'm simply referring to the fact that they're a very regimented and cleanly group of people.
Do I really sound that weird to you guys? Keeping your clothes clean and mended is completely normal to me.
Don't get us wrong. We appreciate the thought, Kisara. But we've got a long journey ahead. It wouldn't hurt to relax your standards. Just a little.
If you're sure. I wasn't trying to overdo it, I promise. However, if it's making the rest of you tense, I'll do my best to tone it down from here on out. Still, if everyone could bring their laundry and clothes they want fixed, that'd be great. I'll take care of it all for you guys tonight.
Don't you ever get tired?
Hoo, 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 hoo. Hoo, 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 hoo. Hoo, 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 hoo. Hoo, 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 hoo.
Let's dispose
dispose of the trash.
I'm only getting started. Mega Ray!
Come and face me!
Our next coming through! Here's Evo!
Swallow Blade! Dragon Swarm!
Free Blazer!
Swallow Blade! Dragon Swarm! Bloody howling! Burn it down!
Captain Swarm! Only getting
Swallow Blade!
started!
Dragon Swarm!
Prepare to be sealed, oh fleet foot. Actually,
Here I go!
sound is more appropriate.
Less talking and more doing!
Pieces! Attack Black Blade! You're mine! Not a
Primed
chance!
and ready! This one's mine!
Front! Execution! Mirage! Slash! Dragon
Do
Swarm!
it!
Shield!
This one's got your name on it!
Ashes to ashes, a merry destruction.
There's still more to go!
Ignite! Swallow Blade! Dragon Swarm!
Rending you apart!
I can carve
Here's
through
Evo!
walls! I'm ready!
Lock! Demon's Descent!
Flashing Fang!
Let's keep our eyes on the prize.
Look, Hootle! One of your buddies! Woo!
Out of our way!
Take this!
I shall ensure you
Try
survive.
harder! My turn!
Power of water!
I'm not done!
Not in your dreams!
Elusive Deity!
Careful! We have some kind of camouflage!
Far enough! Dragon Swarm!
Hitting
Double Demon Fang! Swallow Blade! This one's all mine!
Raging Sword!
Dragon
Your
Swarm!
blade moves like silk.
Leave
That is
the
what my
enemy arc
instincts
to me!
would go. How fascinating.
You can play
These little ones are hardly worth our time.
Less talking, more pummel.
Cut them apart to your heart's
Swallow
content.
Blade!
Captain Swarm!
Dragon Swarm! Swallow Blade!
Want him!
Dragon Swarm!
Purge Maleficent!
Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
Ready and
Can't get out of this!
Radiant Clear!
Now you see what I can do!
Purge Maleficent! Radiant
from the wind.
Here! Waterfall! I'm out of ammo! Take it dead!
They might
Here
be black and
I
go!
It's showtime!
Dragon
Here
Swarm!
goes! This one's
Execution!
mine!
Swallow
Captain
Blade!
Swarm!
Dragon Swarm!
Here's Annihilation! Here's the Hear me! Flame of Fury!
Ready to go!
Eagle Wing! Here's Evo! Far enough!
I'll face you!
One more! Free Cleanser!
Burn!
Bullseye! Lightning
Elusive
Connect!
Deity!
Swallow Blade! Here's the
Dragon
Evo!
Pile Driver! Infernal Torrent! Take this! Dragon Swarm! Elusive Deity! Double Demon Fang! Soaring Blast!
Spread! Glacial Spear!
You're
Here
mine!
Evo!
You're mine!
Lightning
Swallow
Connect!
Blade!
Take this!
You!
Hey, now see that you don't get in trouble again.
Swallow Blade!
Here, let me help. I'll take it from here. Let's see how you handle this! Deus Roar! Here, let me help.
Flash! Dragon Swarm! Can't get out of this! Charging us!
That's what my shield's for. Get behind me.
Got it! I'll leave it to you!
Raging Storm!
Swallow Blade!
Leave the charges to me.
I feel kind of funny.
Yeah, you're looking funny too.
I should probably do something about that.
Try harder this time! I'm not done! Ignite!
Forgive me. This is my
Time to let it rip!
Call!
Dragon Swarm!
Take this! Spread!
He who from beyond Elusive Ring! Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
I'll bring you back from death
Take
to
this!
this!
Dragon Swarm!
Resuscitation!
Try harder! My turn!
That's gonna searing flame! Reload! I'm out of
over?
Feel energy. Just do what I say.
Sorry.
Damn it! If only I'd been more careful.
I'll tear you apart!
Reload! I'll end this with my own hands! Huh. Huh. Huh.
Not my finest.
Time to shine! Annihilation! It's time to finish this! Die! Consuming wildfire! Sighted! It's over!
Far enough!
No
shot! This one's mine!
Think again! Now!
This one's mine!
Where are you going?
Tiger Blade!
Annihilation!
I've taken too many hits!
Radiant pierce! Radiant light! Watch and weep! And again! Take it! It's over! Think again! Now! Annihilation! Here I go! I'm only getting... Radiant pierce! I've taken too much damage! Sighted! You're mine!
Make it rain!
Kisara! Go for it!
Prepare to crumble! Does anyone else think this may be just a bit too tough for us?
That treasure. What a sweet-sounding ring it has.
You really think so?
Is the blazing sword okay?
A little water's not going to hurt it.
Man, I'm famished. Judging by the stench, I'd say the animals at the ranch.
I feel all bent out of shape.
Dohalim, your spare bracers were getting dirty, so I polished them up along with the rest of your equipment.
Why, thank you, Kisara. I greatly appreciate that.
Maybe it's just my imagination, but you sure seem to fuss over Dohalim a whole lot, Kisara.
It is a little strange. Almost like you're still in his service.
Really? That's certainly not my intention. Besides, he's not the only one I'm like that with. Hey, Law, I saw your clothes were starting to get holes in them, so I stitched them back up for you.
Oh, wow. Thanks, Kisara.
Point taken. Do you just like looking after people?
I wouldn't go so far as to say I like it, but I get anxious if I don't. I'd always like to help if I can. It comes naturally to me. Back in the day, Miguel and I used to look after the younger kids a lot, so that's probably where it comes from. He taught me everything I know, and I mean everything. How to cook with wild plants, how to sew clothes so they'll last. Without him, we never would have been able to survive.
However, you're not a lord anymore, Dohalim. You need to get used to the idea that people aren't just going to wait on you hand and foot.
Yes, you're absolutely right. I'm ashamed to admit that I felt no qualms about her doing all that for me. As both a Renan and especially as a lord, one becomes too accustomed to those beneath you tending to your every need, both Renans and Danans alike.
Sure, that's how all you Renans are probably raised. But just to be clear, we're not your servants, Dohalim. Got that?
Absolutely. Moments such as this provide me with ample opportunity to confront my unease. It is difficult to tend with my own motivations.
What do you mean?
The truth of the matter is that my espousal of coexistence in Menancia hardly came from an idealistic place. That instinctive unease I feel deep within serves as a reminder for what it is that all of us here fight for.
Don't be so hard on yourself. No one's going to abandon you if you aren't always perfect.
Looking at her now, I think she's more like his mom than his servant.
Looks perfect and tastes just as good.
Rinwell, mind if we chat a little? I noticed you haven't been training Hootle lately. Is he doing okay?
Yeah, he's fine. He's been catching fish with Kisara, and he seems to be adjusting his diet on his own, so I'm not as worried as before.
Maybe that's his way of pitching in, so you don't have to do everything for him.
Yeah, maybe. I guess at some point he started taking a shine to everyone too, just like they did to him.
You sound like you're okay with that.
Yeah. More than okay, really. It feels natural having Hootle and everyone around.
I know what you mean. We all support and take care of each other in our own ways. It's starting to feel like we're almost a family.
Huh. I hadn't thought of it like that. So does that make you everybody's dad?
Do I really look that old to you?
Huh? You don't like that? Okay, how about you be the big brother? Shion is the big sister. And Kisara can be our mom.
Well, then how about Dohalim for the dad?
I don't really get that kind of vibe from Dohalim. He's more like an uncle. An old uncle, who's too preachy and snarky for his own good sometimes. And as for Law... Well, Hootle took the little brother role, and Law's definitely not the dad. This is hard. Oh! Law can be the pet dog!
A dog? Do dogs really count as part of a family?
Of course they do! If an owl can be part of our family, so can a dog. When you think about it like that, we have a pretty fun family.
Yeah, a pretty big one as well.
That's why I like it so much. I wish we didn't have to do anything dangerous. I just want to keep traveling the world with you guys the way we are right now.
You okay?
Oh, it's nothing. Actually, I think I'm gonna go practice with Hootle for a bit. We should really get some rest. Another day, another Gald.
I think I'll try to make that new recipe with this.
All right, but I'll decide how spicy it is.
I think the animals back at the ranch should be all grown up by now.
This place gives me the creeps. You really think that Lord is hiding out here?
Be careful. The air is dense with astral energy. Something's not quite right about this place.
How are you able to pick up on all this stuff anyway? Is it something that all astral arts wielders can do?
I must admit, I'm curious myself. Perhaps her Danon bloodline has something to do with it.
Dohalim.
Apologies. I meant no disrespect.
Stay alert, everyone. There's a good chance that she already knows we're here.
Something feels odd here. Be on your guard. I suppose if you're a lord going into hiding, a forest is one place to turn.
We don't know for sure she's here. Keep looking.
One, come all!
Denied!
Elusive deity! I'm not done!
Quit trying to keep up with the wall!
Dragon Swarm!
Let it out! Raging Captain!
Blind freak!
What if they just sit still?
Sia, can you take care of them?
No sooner said than done!
Here I come!
I never miss!
Thrust!
Raging Storm!
Damn it!
The enemy heals off stand back.
These little ones are hardly worth our time.
Less talking, more pummeling.
Cut them apart to your heart's content.
Double Demon Fang!
Freeze
Pick up! Ready and raring! Elusive deity!
Water! Do it! Neon! Astral energy! Full throttle!
My turn! Double Demon Fang! I'm ready! Trim up!
Astral energy!
Say no more.
Got it!
Well done!
My turn!
Does it
hurt?
Tempting!
Elusive Trim up!
Astral energy!
Say no more.
Only the best materials in your garments.
You really do have quite the discerning eye, Dohalim.
Yeah, they all kind of look the same to me.
Regen Swarm! If it curls up, time to get out of the way!
Swallow Blade!
Dragon Swarm!
Seal!
Charging us!
That's what my shield's for. Get
Take
behind me.
this!
Got it! I'll leave it to you!
Raging Storm!
No armor can stop me!
Remind me to stay on your...
Hey! Blow them away!
My turn!
Watch it! I never miss!
You're mine! Dragon Swarm! Swallow Blade! Be still! Damn it!
Annihilation! Arctic Waterfall!
Take that!
In here!
Benediction light.
Force Field! In here!
Seismic rupture!
I'll be saving you!
This one's all mine!
Now I can dance on the wind!
Mega
Great healer! More with that
Dance on the wind!
Celestial Hammer! Now!
Shield!
This one's got your name on it!
Ashes to ashes! A merry distraction!
There's still more to go.
Tornado drive!
Lightning Thunder!
Blood! Raging bloody hound! Now you see what I can do! Nothing gets by me!
Finish it!
All yours, Kisara!
This should make for some good weapon crafting material.
For the hideout of a runaway lord, this place is a lot bigger than I was expecting.
Do you think she had it built with that in mind?
No. Personally, I think this used to be part of a Dahnan castle or fortress of some sort.
How can you tell?
For one thing, it doesn't look like a storehouse. For another, it's old and you can tell it was built to let people hole up inside of it.
Huh. I'll take your word for it. I don't know the first thing about brick. You know, I've always thought you were a smart little cookie, but damn, Rinwell, you really know your stuff.
It's no big deal. I've just read a lot of books is all.
If this is meant to be a castle, there wasn't much to it above ground. Are there such things as underground castles?
There probably used to be more of it above ground. That is, until 300 years ago.
So the main structure must have been lost during the time of the invasion, with only the underground part remaining. And then this lord decided to use it for her own purposes. Have I got that right?
But what reason could she have for using this place instead of staying back in her own castle?
That's what we're here to find out. Whatever it is, she's up to no good.
Right. It's all the more reason we need to hurry up and find her before it's too late. This will be a delicious piece of cake!
It's mine!
One more! Not on my watch! Let me help! First aid!
Leave the agile ones to me.
Too much to handle?
Got fire!
I got
Leave the ensnaring.
No,
All yours!
Let me free you of your power.
Thank you.
Charge like that can easily be fatal.
Just as well, I'm here to stop it.
Shattering of pieces!
They're surrounded!
Here I come!
Hard to move now!
Totally! In an instant! Impact block! We work well together.
Like a finely timed waltz. No further! Begin!
For the stockpile!
Glacial Seismic rupture! Elusive deity! Tornado drive!
Arch field! In here! Am I on a roll or what?
Well, look who's in a bright and shiny mood. What's this thing?
Right, here goes! Escape!
Here's the
Dragon Swarm! Elusive
Not on
Deity!
my watch! Please
Swallow
let
Blade! Dragon Swarm! Dazzle!
Shattering in pieces!
Pesky airborne scoundrels!
Sounds like a job for your... This one's got your name on it!
Ash to ash! A merry distraction.
There's still more to go!
Dragon Swarm!
Tempest Swirl!
I'll grind you into dust!
Finish it!
Kisara! All yours, Kisara!
Great!
That's no ordinary enemy I see over there.
Brace yourself! This one's tough!
Glacial Spear! Pierce denied! Radiant Freeze Lantern!
Radiant
Dragon Swarm!
of regeneration!
Their hide as thick as armor! If it's in the sky, I never miss!
Flying freak!
What you think? Here's my hill!
Sierra, can you take care of that?
No sooner said than done!
This!
I'm extra coming
I'm ready!
Astral Energy!
Say no more!
Got it!
Well done!
You're mine!
Leave the enemy's arts to me!
No complaints here!
I'll stop its charge!
Thanks, Kisara!
Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
I'll face you!
Wind Astral Energy!
Here I come!
Into the shadows!
Dragon Swarm!
Celestial Hammer!
Dazzle!
Negative gate!
Burn!
Now you see what I can do!
Mirage!
Here I go! I'm only here!
Dragon Swarm!
Here!
Force of regeneration!
Radiant! Here! I'm out of ammo! I'm on
Is that a healing art?
It is.
Do it! More! I'll stop your movement!
And I'll stop your life!
Not a chance!
I never miss!
You picked the wrong
Do it!
one!
Bridwell! Frozen!
Hammer!
Shine!
Now! Here I come!
Force of regeneration!
Denied!
No escape!
Regenerate!
Do it!
Look sharp!
Lightning Tiger Blade!
I can feel my precision improving.
This place is full of weird machinery, old and new. Just what the hell was she doing here?
By all appearances, the sort of unsavory research she wouldn't want to see divulged.
Even to other Renans? That's a scary thought. This place goes pretty deep underground.
It was probably built that way so it could still be used even if the above-ground portion got destroyed.
Perhaps that's why it's still here, and why it was made into her hideout. It would certainly stand to reason. It would appear we can descend down where the railing has fallen apart.
What are
you serious?
By all appearances, it would seem she was researching something here.
You think so? What kind of research could she have been doing in a place like this?
Your guess is as good as mine. Hardly anything the likes of us could imagine.
If we assume it was because this area is rich in astral energy, then it's possible she could have been doing any number of things.
Indeed. Renan castles and spirit vessels are often found in such locations. Intriguingly, Dahnan ruins are also known for their abundant energy.
You Renans attacked us. Don't act like you're just some...
Sheesh, enough already. This isn't the place to pick a fight over this.
How can you be so calm listening to all of this? You've suffered at the hands of guys like him too.
I mean, I wouldn't say I'm calm.
Coming through. Take it! Stay calm. I shall... Right assistant.
Is that a healing art?
It is. I can't ignore the pain.
I'll try to be more careful.
This one keeps charging us!
That's what my shield's for. Get behind me.
Got it! I'll leave it to you!
Not today!
Let me help.
Dragon Swarm! Dragon Swarm!
This'll come in handy.
Be still!
No
army can stop me!
Remind me to stay on your good side.
Dragon Swarm! I'm ready! Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno! I'm ready!
Water, this ends now.
Consider yourself finished!
See you continue on in that vein.
Yes, my lady?
Something you wanted to say?
Shattering the pieces! Attack time!
Okay,
Here I go!
It's over.
Why'd you heal me?
To stop you dying?
Right.
I'm ready! Commander of Heaven! Phoenix Cyclops!
Let's keep our eyes on the prize.
Right, here goes!
Radiant
Slash! Dragon Swarm! Elusive deity! Slash! Dragon Swarm!
This one's mine.
Double tap! Elusive deity! Dragon Swarm! It's almost too strong! No! Let it open! Be my guest! You're mine!
Charge like that could easily be fatal.
Just as well, I'm here to stop.
Dragon Swarm! I'll smash you! Sonic Thrust! Demon Tank! Finish it! Relapse! Light Burst Force!
Radiant Genesis! You don't mess around.
Certainly not.
Far enough! Sword Rain Execution! Rising rending you a bloody howling! In an instant! Impact Block!
Well, looky here.
Those are the trash.
Swallow Blade!
Right on my watch. Steel Force, here's the
Dragon
rain.
Form!
It's
Eat
showtime.
them shattering the pieces! Attack time!
Do it! Double!
Light Burst Force!
Radiant Genesis! You don't mess around.
Certainly not.
Where are you going?
Leave me alone, me.
Yeah,
and pummeling me!
I'll end this with my own hands! Here's your healing art!
I'm ready!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
I'll heal you
My
all!
turn to be
Here goes!
seen! I'm not done! Dragon
Raging
Swarm!
healing! Do it! Lock!
Demons descend! Flashing bang! Not a chance! Cut! Feel! You're mine!
Raging storm!
Did you just heal me?
Yes, I need you,
Hey,
remember?
that's...
Right.
I'm expert!
Black
Coming
and
through!
flame!
Steel Spear! Here's the evil!
Win!
Now!
Totally!
In an instant!
Impact block!
Hey, I'm pretty lucky.
This'll make us even more formidable.
Out of our way!
You're mine! Swallow blade! Elusive deity!
Here's the evil!
Dragon Swarm! Anything in armor is all mine! Flying free! Why can't they just sit still?
Sia, can you take care of them?
No sooner said than done! Astral energy!
Say no more.
Glacial hook! Done!
Can you take it? This one's mine! All back in their defenses!
Glad you have your uses!
I'll show you how useful I can be! No further!
I'll heal you all!
Can you take it? Wyvern!
Healing circle!
Phoenix!
Water!
The Tempest engulfs you!
This one's mine!
Try
Do
this!
it! Astral energy! Full throttle! Go! Ready to
Swallow
go!
blade!
Storm
Torrent!
Reload!
Bloody hell! You're mine!
Ridwell! Astral energy! Full throttle!
We're in good form.
Coming through!
Armor won't save you! Dragon Swarm! Severing Wind! Stardust! I'm not done!
Here goes!
Too fast!
Stand back! I'll trip it up.
Slot! You're mine! Elusive deity! Wind! Mirage! Burn! Dragon Swarm! Slot!
New melody!
Demon Fang! Kisara!
Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclops!
Glacial spear!
Stardust!
Here's the evil!
No
Here goes!
in a vine!
Mirage!
Raging Blaster!
Solar Alpha!
Now!
How much longer will our healing arts last? airborne scoundrels!
Sounds like a job for yours truly.
Dragon Swarm! Burn it!
Enemy wields
Turn the tables on.
We'll soon see about
Still
that.
more left.
Right. No time to hold back.
I'm ready! Totally! In an instant! Impact block!
We work well together.
like a finely timed one.
Do it!
All yours, Kisara!
I'm pretty worn out.
Want to rest up for a bit? What's this thing?
Go no further! Sky is mine!
Try harder! You're mine! Slash! Dragon Swarm! I'll pick you all off! My turn! Here I come!
This one's mine!
No further! Slash!
Fear! Pierce evil!
Dragon Swarm! Slash! Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
Glacial Spear!
You're
Pierce
mine!
evil! Waterfall!
To me!
Let's get you all tucked away!
Ha! Eat dirt!
Get away!
Elusive deity!
Field!
Stop!
No
Get
dark
out of
shall
there
break
together!
this night.
Here I come!
Gale Force!
Now you see what I can do! Dance on the wind!
Demon's Cap!
Confiscated!
Elusive deity!
Impressive, Johan.
Float like a butterfly and sting like a bee. Or so they say.
People say that?
The Tempest engulfs you! I'll face you! I'll grind you into dust! Elusive take that!
Excellent technique.
Light burst forth!
Radiant Genesis!
I've been doing really great lately.
Guess I misread the landing. There's nobody here. It's been nothing but Zeugles. No lords, no Renan forces.
They have to be holed up somewhere, right?
From the look of things, I don't think anybody's been here for a while. If anyone was here, they're long gone now.
That can't be.
Look out!
We'll figure this out later. Right now, this thing needs dealing with.
I don't understand. Did Bayfon lie?
He didn't seem the type to lead us on a wild goose chase.
Hey, save your questions until after we manage to finish this thing!
Glacial Spear! Here's the ether. Tempted
Amazing.
For the weak spot.
Swallow blade!
I touch him.
I'm not done! Everlasting shock!
Dead
Eat
waterfall. Radiant flux. Dance in the wind.
Here I come!
In here, it looks like you got this one covered.
Let loose! Resonate with the earth!
Dragon
Swarm!
Where are you going?
Bloody holiday!
Raging cascade!
Now, while it's reeling!
Take it down! Sleep now!
I'll smash you!
Water! Here
Try
I
it.
come! Pile!
Explosive ring!
Here with that flame of fury!
Leave the ensnaring to me.
Yeah! And pummel it to me!
More for the stockpile!
Here I come!
Do they not teach you to say thank you, Indiana? Not to a Renan, they don't. Here I go! Dance in the wind! Sleep now!
Swallow blade!
Here,
Dragon
get on
Swarm!
in there with the
Not
others!
today!
First aid!
Dragon Swarm! Take this!
Raging storm!
Swallow blade!
Blow in that
Try
halo!
this! Infernal turret!
Freeze laser!
You're mine!
Tempest swirl!
Resonate with the
Don't
earth!
feel better!
Stalagmite!
I'm prison!
Shatter! Pieces! Attack time!
Mega ray!
I can carve through armor! Swallow blade! Here I come! Demon Dragon Swarm! Eagle Ray!
In here!
Flash! Dragon Swarm!
Hear me! Flame of fury!
Double Demon Fang! Ranging you up!
Glacial spear!
Resonate with the earth! Swallow blade!
Where are you going?
Dragon Swarm! Burn it hell!
Incantation ruined.
Swallow blade!
Mega ray! Leave the charge! There you go! Don't let up!
Take this!
Lightning! Dance in the wind!
Flash!
I'm
ready!
Do it! This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
Here, let me help!
No escape!
First aid!
Shattering
Swirl!
pieces!
Let's go!
Explosive ring!
Mega ray! Raging
Unadulterated fury.
Execution!
It's about to strike!
Look sharp, everyone!
More Sukals?
Keep calm and take them down!
Here I come! Swallow blade!
First aid!
Infernal turret!
No one here!
Break it!
I'll be saving this one!
Armor won't save you!
Hero flame!
Shine! Radiant light! Burst of regeneration!
Mega ray!
Rising phoenix! You're mine!
Far enough! Mega ray!
Come one, come all!
Now!
Light burst forth!
Radiant Genesis! You don't mess around!
Not a chance!
Let the
Certainly not.
Try harder! Hit
I
some!
never miss!
Now! Take this! Ignite! Try harder! It's too much!
Sleep now! Mega ray! Confiscated! Do it!
Relax! Light burst forth!
Radiant Genesis!
From beyond!
Glacial speed! Here, I can do...
Change
All
of
day! Freeze laser!
Not done yet! It's gonna attack!
Right! Watch out!
Reflect on thy sin. They take this!
Here's our healing art! First aid! Waterfall! In here!
Take this!
This will have
You're mine! In a vine?
Here goes!
Leave the charges to me!
In here!
Now you see what I can do! Fist and ghost you! Rising
Get out of
Wyvern!
there with the others!
Rising Wyvern! Try harder! This one's all mine!
Water! Here I come!
Burn it out! No great big night!
Here's the
Dragon Swarm!
Where are you going?
Double Demon Fang! Dragon Swarm!
Far enough!
Flash!
Raising you up! I didn't think you had it in you.
Focus. There'll be time to congratulate me later.
Nothing much I can say to that.
I couldn't make it into time.
I'll bring you back from Dex Abyss! Resuscitation!
Shattering the pieces! Attack time!
Malevolent! I'll heal you!
No cause to break
Freeze
this
Blaster! You got the handle? Up and
No further!
It's weakened!
This ends now!
Take this! Here's the evil! I'll be saving this one!
Dragon
Free
Form!
Lancer!
Try harder! My turn! My turn!
Here, let me help!
You'll pay for that! I can't move!
Everlasting dark.
I can handle it!
Far enough!
I'll
Radiant, here!
Don't get carried away! In your face!
I'll bring you back from
Begin!
just a bit!
Take this!
Rise
I
and
see
run.
you! In your face! I've used too much.
Where are you going?
Double Demon Fang!
Shattering the
I'll heal you all.
pieces! Attack time! In a bind?
Healing circle! Waterfall!
Resonate with the earth! Now it's my turn!
Here! Glacial spear! Pierce the evil!
Right.
Top pile! Free Lancer!
Everlasting
Banana!
dark!
Let's go! Lightning! Thunder Blade! I'm a
Try harder! Not a chance! Bloody howling! Dragon Form!
Do it! Dohalim!
Light burst forth!
Radiant Genesis!
So much for finding the Lord. Come on, let's get back to Niaz.
Shion, calm down. This isn't like you. What's wrong? Talk to me.
It's none of your concern.
Even after everything we've been through together?
The two of us are only helping each other because our interests overlap, remember?
Are you serious? You helped me come to terms with Zephyr's death. You put your life on the line to save me. Don't tell me you did all that out of necessity. That it was only because we have a common goal. Fine.
Huh?
You don't want to answer? Then I'll do whatever I like from now on, too. Clearly, I'm just bothering you. So it doesn't matter if you tell me what's on your mind. But that doesn't mean I'm going to stop looking out for you. Not now, not ever.
That's not fair. Why can't you just leave me alone? You don't know the first thing about me.
But I do. I know you care about the pain of others. You care, Shion. That's why I want to help.
Because of my thorns, I thought I had been doomed to a life of solitude. Until the day I died, I knew I would be alone.
And now?
The truth is, I'm trying to end my curse and get rid of my thorns.
Get rid of? There's a way to do that? Really?
I'm not completely sure. All I know is there's a chance. But that's the reason I need the Renis Alma.
The Renis Alma?
The Master Core to end all Master Cores. It is bestowed upon the winner of the Crown Contest, the new Sovereign, as proof of their victory. It must be assembled from all 5 Master Cores.
That's why taking down the Lords is so important to you. But Shion, you're not in this alone. If there's a chance we can rid you of your thorns, I'll be by your side the whole way.
That includes us, right?
Like it or not, you're going to have to get used to relying on us every now and then.
What kind of friends would we be otherwise?
Thank you.
Danan Liberation and the Renis Alma. Looks like we've got our work cut out for us. If we have any hope of finding this Lord and their Master Core, we start by heading back to Nias.
Man, who would have thought we'd ever get thanked by Shion?
Sounds like someone wants me to grab their arm.
I'm joking, I'm joking! Damn, you're scary sometimes.
Shion's not scary at all.
Alphen.
I'll just, leave you two alone.
I can't believe this. To think they would give us a bad lead like that. Where could that lord actually be?
Beats me. That said, there's no point wandering around aimlessly trying to look for her. We should head back to Nias for now.
What's wrong, Kisara?
Oh, I was just thinking about what it meant for there to be castles here on Dana. People build castles to protect things that are important for one reason or another. But not simply that. They're also used to project a ruler's power.
So what you're saying is, even before the Renans invaded, the Danans were still being ruled over. It was just by other Danans.
That's most likely the case, yeah. Though who knows how they led their people.
But after seeing Deadeye, I can't picture them being all that benevolent themselves.
What if it's in everyone's nature to rule over and control others? What are we supposed to do about that?
If it really is in our nature, then no. All that means is we have all the more reason to fight it. That's all there is to it.
About damn time.
Took long enough.
Right! I can't wait!
Head on over to the plaza.
What's going on? It seems busier here than before.
Hey, look! Isn't that Bayfon over there?
Ah, there you are. It seems I owe you all an apology. I'm guessing you didn't find the Lord back in the forest, did you?
No, but something tells me you already knew that.
That I did. Turns out I bit down on some bad intel when I should have known better. Apparently, Deadeye's not as trusting of me as I thought.
But why would he feed you bad intel?
My guess? He wanted me to lead you all astray. Make sure you weren't sniffing around where he didn't want you to be. While you were off in the forest, I got word that one of our squads captured the Lord. The place wasn't even close to where you were searching.
I see. Well, the important thing is that you finally caught her. Did you suffer many casualties?
You're not going to believe this, but she didn't even put up a fight. She had no escort either.
Well, what about her Master Core? Was it recovered?
Sorry. They only briefed me on the basics. For now, Deadeye's getting ready to make his victory speech out in the plaza. In the meantime, I've been ordered to set up a defense perimeter around the outside of the city. So I'll be out of town for a while. I imagine Deadeye will announce what he intends to do with the Lord during his speech. You'll have to let me know how it goes. Anyway, until next time.
A Renan Lord surrendering without a fight? Something doesn't add up here.
I'm afraid I can't say I know much of her lordship personally.
There's a lot about this that doesn't make sense. The Master Core is a concern too. Let's stick around like Bayfon suggested and see what happens. We don't leave until we get to the bottom of this. I'm worried about just what Deadeye has in store for Almi. For now, let's wait at the inn until he gives his victory speech.
Everybody's so excited.
They can hardly be blamed when they've apprehended an enemy leader. That said,
Yeah. Isn't there some way to calm them down?